money, traffic, relationships, health issues, we all encounter circumstances that cause us stress. So Dr. Frida Lewis Hall, the Chief Medical Officer of Pfizer, is back to stress what we should know. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Always great to be here. You know, there is more than enough ready to stress us all out. Many things we deal with: financial distress, grieve the loss of loved ones. And a lot of people think that only negative things can cause stress. But there are many positive things in our lives that cause stress as well. Getting married, having a job promotion or a new job. And of course, our whole society is on information overload. We are all constantly on call. We have computers, we have tablets, we have phones, and we're always checking them.
Yeah, I think I may have just gotten a few emails. And you mentioned positive stress. Stress, when it's acute, can actually at times be beneficial. It's in fact a normal response to a pressure situation. It just may motivate you to do a better job. But here's the reality. Unmanaged chronic stress, it can be hazardous to your health. So think of stress a little bit like this rubber band. I'm putting a lot of pressure on this. If you don't release it at some point, this band could snap. And so could a person if you're placed under continued chronic stress. So that leads to the question, how do we recognize these signs of stress? We're going to take a look at a couple of scenarios. Because if you don't recognize signs of stress, you can't treat it, right?
That's exactly right. The first thing is to acknowledge that you are stressed. So first, do you have trouble juggling your many obligations? And this may be a familiar scene, you know, multitasking, trying to get things done on a day-to-day basis. Are you experiencing anger more frequently in common situations? And this may also look familiar. So here you are, you know, in traffic and just can't take it. And do you overeat or undereat when you feel stressed? And of course, there are many situations in where we are comforting ourselves in stress, and sometimes stress makes it so that we just don't feel like eating at all. So the key is to acknowledge that you're stressed and to find out how stress affects you.
Let's talk about what stress can do. You're going to have emotional symptoms when you're stressed out. Anxiety being very common, which can in some cases lead to depression. It can also change your sex drive and even cause a lack of focus. Of course, these make life and enjoying life very difficult. Here's the reality though. Stress, which is a mental thing, causes physical symptoms. And it has physiologic realities like sleep disturbances. You can develop muscle tension over time. People sometimes have anxiety attacks that bring on chest pain and fatigue, as well as frequent headaches. Now, you may experience both emotional and physical symptoms, but be sure to talk with your doctor. Don't assume those physical symptoms are just due to stress without being evaluated.
That is so critical. A recent study suggested that over 75% of doctors' office visits were related to conditions that are affected by stress. And there are many, many chronic health conditions that we have links to stress that we know.
Stressful situations actually cause the release of hormones as well as chemicals in your brain. And if you have long-term activation of these hormones, it can actually increase the risk of many diseases. And the first one of those would be obesity. And these end up being self-reinforcing processes that then can increase your risk of heart disease. It can actually cause digestive issues as well as, believe it or not, memory impairment over time. It can depress your immune system, and it can even cause fertility problems in some.
And many people admit that they don't manage stress very well. I gave you the first day at the beginning, and that is to acknowledge stress and understand how it affects you. I'm going to give 4 more A's that people can remember that might help lead them to ways in which they can reduce stress. The first of all is avoid it. Many of us know situations that are going to put us under stress, and we go there anyway. So avoid stress when you can. Get out in front of things and take control. The second thing is alter circumstances where you can. And if you can't find that you can do that on your own, then communicate with friends, family, and sometimes your medical professional to help you get a better course to manage your stress. And the last 2 are also really important. One is to adapt, and the other one is to accept. Sometimes you can use positive thinking, and sometimes you just have to change your expectations in order to manage your stress better. And for more tips on managing stress and the potential health consequences of stress, go to gethealthystayhealthy.com.
And you can visit thedoctorstv.com for additional information. Dr. Lewis Hall, thank you, as always.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Let's all just breathe.
Nice day.
And coming up, my doctor's orders.